Hello, I am Mary Carmen, and you are listening to Japanese News with Mary Carmen, the space where we explore the stories shaping Japan with close, respectful, and human perspective. Today's episode is filled with science, change, and celebrations. From an unsettling seismic coincidence with a prediction by Ryo Tatsuki to dances honoring ancestors under the lanterns of Odori. This episode is a journey through the heart and soul of today's Japan, and thank you for being here, for listening, and for letting this story speak to you too. ニュースをお伝えします。And this first news had me a little bit shocked and surprised. A fulfilled premonition, Ryotatsuki and the earthquake that happened last week. So back in June, we talked about Ryotatsuki, a Japanese woman known for her prophetic drawings, manga, books from the 90s. Among her predictions, one stood out of its chilling precision. A great natural disaster will occur on July 5, 2025. This exactly day passed without major events, and many wonder, was this just warning only symbolic? However, on July 30 last week, a magnitude 8.8 earthquake struck near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, triggering tsunami alerts in Japan and prompting mass evacuation along the Pacific coast. In areas like Hokkaido, Aomori, and Fukushima, more than 2 million people were evacuated as a precaution. Waves reached up to 1 meter high, and flights, trains, and port operations were suspended immediately. While Japan suffered no major damage or casualties, the event brought Ryotatsuki warning back into focus, and it was in many places. I saw this on X, on TikTok, and it reminds me and it surprised me. It did happen during the month she predicted, not exactly the day, but the month. And it was indeed a large-scale natural disaster. After this earthquake, experts warned of potential strong aftershocks in the coming weeks, some possibly exceeding magnitude 7, so stay safe. Coincidence or intuition, Ryotatsuki has been compared to other Japanese visionaries, prophetic persons, and while not everyone believes in her prophecies, her name often resurfaces when impactful events occur that like this. These moments open the door of an age-old question. Can some souls truly read the earth's invisible rhythms? What we know today is this earthquake was one of the strongest in 2025. Japan activated emergency protocols with excellence, and although Rio's prediction wasn't exactly that day, it still resonates. And again, stay safe. And now we are going to talk about finances in Japan because it's not easy in Japan neither. Japan's economy is under pressure and persistent inflation and food prices that won't ease. In Japan, inflation continues to ripple through daily life. This July, Tokyo's consumer price index stood at 2.9%, down from 3.1 in June, but still far from the Bank of Japan's target. Most concerning, food prices, especially rice, that jumped 7.4% in just 1 month. This means a 5 kilograms bag of rice that used to cost about $12, 1,800 yens. Now it goes almost 2,000 yens, that is $13. A dozen eggs can cost up to 300 yens, about $2, but it's 20% more than a year ago. The prepared bentos that once cost 500 yens, that it was very important to call that 500 yens is just only one coin, and they used to call one coin bento. It's very convenient, just one coin. Now it goes over 600 yen, so it's not one coin bento anymore. Also, the importing ingredients has become more expensive. This affects everything from bread to butter, coffee, and meat. At supermarkets, every yen counts, and families are opting for generic brands or shrinking portions. Even 7-Eleven has reduced product size while keeping prices the same, a trend known as shrinkflation. For example, an onigiri, the rice triangles, the rice balls, um, that normally weighed 110 grams now has just only 95 grams, but still costs 120 yens. And 600 milliliters bottle of tea was reduced to 550 milliliters, yet still costs 130 yens. The Bank of Japan continues to keep interest rates at 0.5%, but revisions are expected this quarter. So we will see. However, also there is another good news in finances, and I'm talking about the goodbye to the gas tax. So Japanese government plans to remove fuel surcharge. And one of the most awaited measures for Japanese household might become reality before year's end. After disappointing results in the July 20 by elections, the ruling coalition, led by the Liberal Democratic Party (LDP), reached an agreement with four opposition parties to eliminate a tax that has burned citizens for decades. The special fuel surcharge, introduced in 1974 after the oil crisis, this temporarily fuel tax adds 25.1 yens per liter to gas price. Um, Scrapping it would lower gas by about $0.18 per liter. This is a victory for the people, says opposition leaders, viewing it as move to ease the burden caused by inflation, the shrinkflation, weak yen that they have right now, and rising transportation cost. For millions of families, this could bring a relief because now 40 liters tank would cost around 1,000 yens less, and delivery logistics and transport business would save on operations. In rural areas where cars are essential, the impact would be even greater. So the policy still needs legal formalization. The cross parties agreement suggests it could be implemented by the end of this year. Analysts says the LDP is trying to regain public favor, especially among young and working class voters. After the recent losses, aiding a 50 years old tax, it's a clear sign that the government is finally listening to public frustration. So we'll see, and we hope that happens. And it seems like Japan is really taking any opportunity of improvement and to reduce cost and to have a good impact into the finances. And Japan turns to the wind, new offshore wind farms in Hokkaido. Amid inflation, energy dependency, and climate change, Japan is learning further into clean energy. This week, the government designed Matsumae and Hiyama, two marine zones of Hokkaido, as priority areas for offshore wind development. What does this mean? In the coming years, the seas of Hokkaido will be filled with wind turbines powering thousands of homes without emissions or fossil fuel imports. The Ministries of Economy and Transport announced a public bidding process to select projects operators. Not exact dates yet, but the new scheme promises better incentives to attract investors. Aiming to boost a sector that has moved slowly so far, Japan's target is 45 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity by 2040, more than 50% of national energy needs. This could dramatically cut dependency of coal, natural gas, and oil. All imported fuels contribute to yen's depreciation and high prices. Energy experts hail an announcement as a strong step towards modernizing Japan's energy grid and reducing future global crisis exposure. Hokkaido was chosen for key reasons: the beautiful Hokkaido, strong, steady winds, ample sea space, less social resistant than densely populated regions, and met his words. This is a crucial step for Japan's future. The energy transportation isn't just green, it's economic and geopolitical. So we will see. The wind's on our favor. And now we are going to move to royalty, and the imperial spotlight this time goes to a quiet young figure, Prince Hisahito. Second in line to the chrysanthemum throne, in September he will turn 19 years old, and with that comes a rare event, the coming of age imperial ceremony, Ritsureise Den no Gi, last held over 40 years ago for the current Emperor Naruhito. This rite marks his official entry into public life as an active member of the Imperial family. He is expected to begin taking on official duties of representing the monarchy at cultural, scientific, and religious events. Japanese media have paid close attention. Some call him the future of the throne, while others question whether he is ready for such a monumental role in a monarchy facing modern challenges. There are no younger male heirs in the family. Princess Aiko, the emperor's daughter, cannot inherit the throne under current law, reviving the debate of female successions. Yet no legal changes have been made so far from the moment, and a quiet student with interest in biology and writing, Hisahito has kept a low profile. But this new stage will require him to balance tradition with a public role. Could this young prince be the silent hope for the monarchy that must evolve without losing its roots? We'll see. And now I want to talk about the cultural thing. The soul's dance return. I'm talking about Bon Odori. All over Japan. When summer hits its peak, something ancient awaits. Floating ladders like fireflies, drums echoing deep in the chest, and circle dances spinning to the rhythm of the shared memory. It's the return of Obon season. And Bonodori, a tradition that is not just festive, but spiritual. After pandemic restriction, thousands of communities are bringing back this celebration in public squares, temples, and streets. Obon is a time to honor ancestors, who accordingly to Buddhist tradition return briefly to the living world. Families clean graves, light lanterns, prepare offerings, and at night they dance. But this isn't just any dance. Bonodori is a circular choreography symbolizing life circle and connection to the departed. It's prayer through motions and communion across generations. Celebration nationwide in cities like Tokyo, Kyoto, and Nagoya, large-scale festivals invite locals and visitors alike to dance in yukatas and around the Yagura, a central tower with lanterns. Tokyo expects over 1 million attendees at this year's Monodori, smaller ritual festival perceived intimate and communal spirit. And on this time, I want to focus on Hokkaido's special rhythm. It's the northern island, Hokkaido, at its own flavor. The cooler summer climate makes yukata nights comfortable, but Sapporo's signature Hokkai Bon Odori stands out most. Held at Odori Park from mid-August as a part of Sapporo summer festivals, thousands dance 90 to Sapporo Bon Uta, a 1954 songs made just for the occasion. With one easy choreography, even the tourists can join this confidently. Festival staff on the Yukata guide newcomers with enthusiasm. The best part? The blend of old and new. Tradition essence with a fresh music and visual for younger generations. What do people dance in Japan? Each region had its own identity. Tokushima's Awa Odori is lively and energetic. Gifu's Gujo Odori lasts all night over 30 days. Hokkaido blends classical and modern styles. The iconic Tanko Bushi mimics coal miners' movements. And why I wanted to go to this Hokkaido part, and I hope that I have this picture. I have a personal memory. And I remember dancing Bonodori as a child in Japan, specifically in Hokkaido and Odori Park, surrounded by soft lights, slow rhythms, floral yukatas, and the feeling that everything has deeper meaning. My mother loves this tradition, and today is moved knowing that this tradition is still alive, not just in Japan, but in me. Bonodori isn't just a dance, it's a way to say thank you to those who were important in our life, but they are not here anymore. A quiet union between generations, and a reminder that life, like a beat of a drum, goes and on and on, and we have to appreciate it and be grateful for the life that we have right now. And this is how we reach the end of this episode. When culture honors life with dance, when an action turns wind into power, and when ancient prophecies brush against the present, we realize Japan still moves between the visible and the invisible. Today, we share more than news. We share moments that remind us now how history, both personal, ours, and a nation's, is written in symbols, decisions, and memories dancing in circles like Bonodori. Thank you for listening Japanese News with Mary Carmen. And don't forget to subscribe to turn on the notifications that will alert you when we have a new episode. Also, thank you for sharing with your family and friends or other people who might be interested in Japanese culture. But most of all, thank you for feeling and for keeping this connection alive. ニュースをお伝えしました。